Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. This is your Energy Weekly Reading Update for February 15th through the 22nd. As we leave the year of the snake, we are now moving into this week, the year of the fire horse. What are horses? Horses hear what we don't say, feel, or what we are trying to hide. They respond with truth. So be the truth someone else needs this year. We are called to listen more deeper, move with intention, and lead with the heart. In a horse herd, no one is ordinary. Every presence matters. Every energy is felt. Horses teach us that light doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. They remind us that peace is possible when we slow down enough just to listen and to feel. This is what awareness is all about. So this year, the fire horse is bringing in awareness to all of us. Listening before reacting. Listening without force. Standing steady so that others feel safe. This is a time to choose light, kindness, and connection. Move the world forward, one quiet, powerful step at a time. Remember to listen like horses. Listen fully, honestly, and without judgment. Be the light this year someone else sees. On February 13th, Saturn moved into Aries and is going to stay there for the next 2 years. This marks the beginning of a new 30-year cycle. Saturn is a container. It does not create energy. It holds it, and it shapes it, and it directs it. Aries is the sign of pure impulse, desire, and action, and new beginnings. Aries is also the youngest zodiac sign the youngest zodiac sign. So when I think of Aries, I think of like the mentality of a child, of a toddler. You know, they're quick to move, especially when they got something in their hand or they got an idea, but do they always follow through? No. So be careful of that right now, especially, I guess, for the next 2 years. Especially you Aries peoples. Now, Aries does not overthink. Oh, I'm sorry. Saturn does not overthink, and it doesn't overthink the consequences of their actions. Neither does Aries, right? So Saturn does not create energy, it holds it. So what you put out, you're going to get that back in return, whether it be intention, energy, whatever. So Aries people, they don't overthink, they just react. And they just try to move things forward. With Saturn and Aries, the urge to start new is going to get very real. It probably did for a lot of you in the last few days. I know it did for me. Desire turns into decision. Sorry. You may feel the urge to move fast, but you need to focus on you need to have more willpower so things naturally shift. You know, Aries wants to move really quickly. Again, you think of a toddler. As soon as they got something in their hand, they just start running for it, right? But Saturn wants you to be very patient at this time. So, and the reason for this being is that when it shifts, when Saturn finally does shift you towards something, it wants you to have quality, steadiness, and you move into a more solid foundation. Saturn doesn't like to build things like on false, it doesn't want to build things on lies. It wants stable, firm. I call Saturn the daddy planet, right? Saturn will teach most of us how to hold your energy, stay focused, and how to start from zero and carrying something through that will have a lasting result. So that's basically what everyone's going to be learning for the next 2 years. This will all reshape our intuition and our self-identity. So now I'm going to bust this down in signs because some of you have lessons to learn, and I'm going to help you. The reason why I did this was just to go after each sign so that way it would give you something to focus on for this year. So Aries, it's in your sign. You will release old guilt, and past fears. And you're going to be paying back karmic debts for the next 2 years. This will give you a time to build new habits, and basically you're going to just throw away the old you. And in 2 years, you're going to come out someone totally brand new. Taurus people, illusions have now dissolved, or they are dissolving still, and you're going to find your true friends. You're going to start you need to for the rest of this year, prioritize your rest, and you need to practice spiritual grounding, because you're going to need your strength and space for all of 2026. Gemini, big career moves are on the way, and illusions behind the careers, behind falseness has burned away. Anything false. Now you know what truly matters. So you learned your lessons. Your next chapter is all about connections and networking. So you need to do this with honesty and intention. And opportunities are going to start opening up to you in clusters. You're being asked to walk through them without any approvals needed, okay? Good luck. Cancers, your career path will change, and you're going to learn how to trust yourself, and you're going to step into leadership. Leos, you're going to have a lot of loss, and you're going to lose the attachments that drained you. This is going to give you a time to read, learn, and expand, and what you study now will be the backbone for the next 10 years. So good luck. Virgos, you're my moon sign, Virgos. You enter a cycle of financial and emotional empowerment. Good job. You guys earned it, so did you Geminis. It's time to get organized as Saturn strengthens your foundations. Yay. Libra, you need to stop self-sacrificing and abandoning yourself or forgetting about yourself. People entering and leaving your life right now is going to define your next chapter. Relationships are going to become your ally this year. Scorpios, you need to find your inner child. It's time to have that wonder and that spark come back to you. So as you pay your karmic debts, make small choices for your next chapter is going to be all about strengthening your health, your discipline, and your daily routines. Saggies, my Sagittariuses out there, you completed lessons around family and home. A new cycle of creativity and passion now arises. It's going to be a time to explore love, art, and a new way of self-expression. Capricorns, you're going to learn how to communicate truth without distorting it. Saturn is going to make you confront the stories that you tell yourself, and it's going to help sharpen your mind. Now is a time to begin grounding a new emotional life and create a home that feels stable and supportive. So your foundation will be on focus for all of 2026. Aquariuses, sorry about that. Aquariuses, lessons with money and self-worth. You're about to see what truly matters, and you will build a new sense of value from the inside out. Your voice will now become your greatest tool. So, good luck. Pisces, you are going to undergo a whole identity purge. You're about to be rebuilt from the ground up, and your focus will be resources and your self-worth this year. Remember, the energy of Aries wants speed, but Saturn wants patience. So shortcuts are not going to work. Capricorn, Aries, Cancers, and Libras will now feel the energy the most due to a new karmic threshold that began on the 13th. Karmic cycle ends and Saturn returns to see, did you learn your lesson? Good luck. On February 17th, not only does the year of the horse start, but we also have a powerful solar eclipse with a ring of fire around it. This will accelerate the shifts that were already forming beneath the surface. What's been quiet now moves, and what's been uncertain chooses the direction. So get ready for things to be eclipsed out of your life. So just know that this eclipse is not random. This ring of fire tends to show up for people who are not broken or lost, but they're right on schedule. You know, the ones that got left out in the cold, the ones that didn't get chosen, or people like pushed aside. I call those people the underdogs. You're right on schedule. As the eclipse draws closer, emotionally and spiritually attuned people are going to feel everything more deeply. Sensitivity will now be your biggest ally because we're moving into the year of the horse. And guess what? Horses rely on intuition. They feel things beneath the surface, right? So now you emotionally and spiritually attuned people are going to react just like the horses. Okay? So eclipses are basically cosmic stamps. Some people don't experience the real force of the eclipse because they want the universe to choose for them. This energy will only respond to conviction, not uncertainty. This will reward only the people who are ready to claim something without hesitation. It's time to be bold, and ending conflicts doesn't mean fixing them or fixing everything. It just means removing the emotional weight that's been holding you back or weighing you down. So it's time to get rid of old objects that carry around old stories. Procrastination will be your enemy, and closing out old chapters to create a new massive shift in what you're actually aligned with. Okay? If you enter this eclipse with fewer loose ends, fewer emotional ties, and fewer ties to the past, the momentum, what follows, will be the strongest or stronger than anything you have ever felt before. Most eclipses offer a total closure or a reset, but the Ring of Fire doesn't do that. It sends a message where something is being uncovered, yet something else refuses to disappear. And that distinction does matter. It says, a chapter may be shrinking, but the essence of it remains alive. This type of eclipse symbolizes evolution and that it does not rely on a collapse. So that basically that a core light remains untouched and a part of you that remains consistent while everything around is rearranging. It is a reminder that transformation isn't always about losing everything. Sometimes it's about refining what's already there and letting the unnecessary just simply fall away. It will show you what's meant to stay and what's meant to stay lit, let's just say that. And it will show you what is meant to, it is going to, all right, oh my goodness. Sorry. It's going to show you what is meant to stay lit, and while everything changes and shifts, this eclipse does not wipe the slate clean. It's going to redraw it while the light stays visible, so what you put out is going to come back to you. So all your intentions, if you put out good, all that good come back. If you put out bad, that's gonna return. So pay attention to signs, numbers, and smells during this time. Eclipse often influences people's behaviors in ways they do not consciously recognize. All right? Pay attention to long overdue conversations. It may reveal a clarity that was not there before. And know that sometimes one conversation can change your trajectory forever, sometimes even your life. Things are going to just line up in very unusual ways. People's eternal compasses are going to get a reset. Jobs are going to open up, relationships are going to shift, and ideas are going to emerge, and paths are going to realign again. The eclipse will act as a catalyst that nudges everything into motion, and where it is meant to be. Thoughts will suddenly make sense, plans are going to suddenly click, and directions are going to become unmistakably clear. And when the mind goes through a reset, the clutter and noise just goes away. It dissolves. What remains is clarity, and it will feel too clean to ignore. Pay attention to what appears, who disappears, and what feels undeniable. This eclipse energy will be felt in spurts, like uncertain, or it's going to come out in spurts. So it will appear in certain stages of your life from now, meaning February 17th, because that's when the Ring of Fire begins. And then you're gonna feel that energy for the next 6 months. That energy is going to linger in the air until August 17th. So 6 months. Solar eclipses usually activate themes, so pay attention to the theme. And that usually this eclipse is going to actually develop gradually. So this one will ripple through most of the year. This means endings and beginnings are not going to be announced, and things are going to arrive in stages. Okay, it's going to arrive in stages, but it won't arrive all at once, is what I wanted to say. This eclipse will accelerate things that were meant for you. So things that were meant for you, you're going to get like catapulted right to it. But things are going to slow down from you if the thing was not meant for you. So if you keep trying to move in a certain direction, you're going to hit a wall. The beauty of all of this is watching how naturally everything unfolds once the initial energy settles in, and which that is on the 18th. So it usually takes about 3 days for that energy to settle in. So 18th, 19th, 20th. Once that energy is settled in, give it 6 months. Where you are right now is just going to be a memory. You're going to know what truly matters. And what truly matters is actually recognizing the things. It's not the climax of it. As the eclipse comes and goes, it will remain and continue to move long after the light returns. And whatever shifts begin after this, loudly or subtle, remember, you're not late. You're not behind, and you did not miss anything at all. You didn't miss out on anything. You are in the exact part of your path that is ready for movement. You're right on time. So walk into this week with openness and ready to receive. And most importantly, do not fear. What's meant for you will reveal itself, and it will meet you with more ease than you ever expected. This energy has a deeper impact that will build over time. Remember, 6 months, February 17th through August 17th. So get ready for bold moves, acting on instincts, because no more second guessing and overthinking. Those days are over. They're long gone. We're all getting out of our heads. Woo! Anyways, let's jump on into tarot. Ooh, I really am jumping right on into tarot. Let's get a tea leaf card. What do we need to know for this week? This week starts the Chinese Lunar New Year. And hold on a second. I had to go chase something down. Ooh, someone's gonna have an announcement bell. Someone's got an announcement to make. Just remember, keep your life in balance. This is the balancing of the scales. If you are wondering, yes, you will get your justice. But also keep your life in balance. One more card and we'll move on to tarot. Cobweb. Many of you are protected from negative forces beyond your control. You are protected. Ooh, and be careful because you got a rat. Someone is working against you behind your back. Some of you have someone working against you behind your back. So there's a rat working against you. Anyways, let's jump on into tarot. What do we need to know for this week? Expect the unexpected. I know that I'm already feeling the energy. I've been feeling it for a couple days. Opportunities have been coming in clusters. It's time for a change. I'm excited. Some of you are going to have clarity, and some of you have clarity on why you have been restricting yourself. This is Nine of Swords energy. You've been in a battle, you've been, betrayed, but you have this is self-imposed restrictions. You have clarity that you've been restricting yourself. All you gotta do is grab that sword and get up. In fact, you got about a bunch of people looking at you going, we're waiting on you. Maybe the universe is waiting on you. Anyway, someone has clarity. Someone's been restricting themselves. That's self-imposed restrictions. That's the stories you tell yourself. Anyway, someone has clarity. Also, balance and justice will be restored. They're restricting themselves because they're not grounded. They don't have their priorities straight. I call this card freaking the F out. Anyways, what is destined and fated to happen? Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It was destined and fated. So if you're in that energy of freaking out, you might want to learn real quick how to ground yourself. It was destined and fated for someone to be in regret. Why? Because somebody did something wrong to an empress. You got the empress. Hey, ladies. An empress she's birthing a whole new world. She's pregnant. Empresses take care of things. They're nurturing. They're usually loving and kind. They're all four queens rolled into one. Anyways, she's onward and going on into a whole new beginning. She went through a lot of pain to get that new beginning, and someone is being left in regrets. Yeah, someone didn't put work and effort into her, or someone did not want to work with her, or if you are that empress, you're going to be quitting your job or getting a new job offer. You are starting a new beginning, and you're going towards money or some sort of freedom, maybe more into nature if you are nature. Anyways, you are going to have a new beginning. Queen of Pentacles, you knew this. You saw this coming. You are stepping into some money. You're chilled. There's something you know. Yeah, and you're not severing ties. You do know something. If you are this Queen of Pentacles, typically they're earth signs, but they don't have to be. You just can carry this energy. Usually you're good business people, relaxed, like nature, very chilled. Anyways, you do know something and you're not severing ties with somebody, but you also have children, and you also know that your children are not happy at this time. Or maybe someone's kids are not happy at this time. Yeah, you're being called not to fight. You guys are not going to be fighting over it. Don't fight the energy, is what I'm getting, because God is taking care of it, okay? Maybe nobody fought for you when you guys were going through court, maybe, or maybe you were in some sort of battle. Don't worry about it. God has taken over and is gonna do his thing. You need to just let go and let God. Your kids need to do the same thing. Let go and let God. Anyways, God's got something to say. Some of you are going to be having a face-to-face talk with, usually it's a divine counterpart. Could be a soulmate, could be a twin flame. There is going to be a face-to-face talk, and this King of Pentacles is actually protecting it. So you got a King of Pentacles. So if you are this Empress, or you're the Queen of Pentacles, you have a match. This is a power couple. He is protective. He is protecting this, and he does want to have this face-to-face talk. Good thing about kings is they're no longer pages. They learn their lessons from pages to knights. So a king of pentacles typically could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be. Maybe he's just good with business. Got his money on his mind on his money, or he likes nature, very chillax kind of guy. Anyways, he's going to have a face-to-face talk, and he is going to protect this situation. So he's going to do the right thing. Why? Because there was some sort of manipulation, abuse going on in the background. Maybe he was abused, or maybe he was abusive. Anyways, some kind of emotional, or it doesn't have to be emotional, just some sort of manipulation going on. Maybe he was manipulated by a third-party situation. Or maybe because he's got some demons, he went to a third party. This Knight of Pentacles usually are very slow-moving, but kind of energy, but they're typically like counselors, therapists, attorneys. Maybe he tried to manipulate some sort of situation. Anyways, he went to this third party, and this third party does want to come towards you. You're the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is typically someone who's younger, creative, sexy, got your shit going on. You also have some sort of loyalty, maybe loyalty to yourself. Anyway, someone does want to come towards you, or he at least knows of you, but maybe he's viewing you in a different way. Maybe if you are a fire sign or a Queen of Wands, you resonate with the Queen of Wands. Someone is freaking out around you. This is losing control of themselves and the situation. Someone's highly mad. They're mad at you. But they're freaking out. They're spazzing out. Why? Because they made a bad judgment call. You were their karma. They made a bad choice, and now they're getting negative karma. All because of you. They do need forgiveness, and they are trying to put a lot of work and effort in to become a King of Wands. So, because of you being this Queen of Wands that you are, maybe you do not see it, but this Knight of Wands in reverse did make a bad judgment call, but he is trying to put work and effort in to become this. So you basically made this person a better person. He doesn't know it yet, but when he becomes this, it's almost like he's going to come back to you and seek some sort of forgiveness, because he did you wrong, and he knows it. He knows everything that he did to you. That's actually kind of nice. The universe is saying yes. Watch your thoughts and words at this time. Many of you are highly manifesting. Some of you, yes, are trying to clear their names. But in the process of trying to clear your name, you got an upside down tower moment. That's losing something you're not going to get back. It's a surprise, but remember, it's all part of life. We're just visitors, nothing here. We don't own anything here. We're just visiting. So you're going to lose something you can't get back. Maybe time, people, money. But you're not going to be struggling over it. Once you lose this, your struggles will be over. And you're definitely going to go within. You're not going to be communicating or talking to anybody. Why? Because there has been an injustice, some sort of imbalance in the situation. All right. Anyways, we now have the Emperor. Emperors are typically older men. They do the right thing. They are righteous. They're selfless. Could be a father figure. But he is in love. King of Cups energy could be a Pisces, doesn't have to, I didn't mean to say that. Anyways, you could be a Pisces watching me. Maybe you're a man in love, or maybe you're in your feelings. But King of Cups typically are water sign energy, or maybe this Emperor is in love. or trying to, well, now is balance their emotions. So we got the men in the upright position, so that's good. Why? Because somebody was very truthful and honest. That's why these guys were in the upright position. This is my spiritual warrior card. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be. This is air sign energy. Anyways, these two are doing the right thing because of her. So she was the catalyst. And she didn't hit rock bottom, and those two dudes are looking deeper. Why? Because maybe she's the one that got away. Maybe she spoke some truth. And now they realize something that they lost. The universe tried handing this person 2 cups. Would have been emotional fulfillment, could have been true unconditional love, whatever the case may be. She was honest, she transformed, and now these two are looking back in regret. Maybe those two guys were looking at what they lost and they couldn't see what was in front of them. That happens a lot. Anyways, there's also, if you are this Queen of Swords energy, you have someone lurking on your social media. Maybe they're checking you out. Maybe they want to approach you, trying to figure out something. Anyways, Queen of Swords, she ain't playing any games. Why? Because she's released her past. She's not brokenhearted and she's healed. She spent time on herself. She is moving forward. She's got other things to do. She ain't paying no mind to them anyways. Yep, she's well aware. She might not be traveling at this time, or someone did not travel to her, and because he did not, or she, now they're looking deeper or trying to come up with a plan because that person was their wish fulfillment. Queen of Swords, air sign energy. You're about to have a major wish fulfillment. That's the 10 of Pentacles. That's having it all. And whoever was supposed to be on that ride with you isn't on that ride with you, but is definitely watching you from afar. And that person does know you are his wish fulfillment. He's actually cheering for you in the background. You don't even know it. You probably think he didn't even care, but obviously if he's watching you, I feel like you kind of sense it. Anyways, the cycle is over and the secrets are all coming out, darkness to light. She broke her karmic contracts. That's why she's getting a major wish fulfillment. Good job. So you're going to be rewarded. Yeah, what you don't see coming. You're going to have back-to-back wish fulfillments. Nice. And you are going to have the 10 of Cups. That's emotional fulfillment. That's a loving, happy family. Somebody's family is very happy that someone is a miser, holding on to the past and their money. And the family is actually trying to help them. They were happy about it, but because this person is such a miser, this miser needs help. Maybe he wanted to help his family, but at the end of the day, I feel like this is backfire energy. Help is arriving because either this person is married and he's holding on to the past or his money, but the family was trying to help them. And at the end of the day, they're all going to be depressed because they all have an inner knowing that something wasn't right. They did something wrong. All of them. I feel like it was a large group of people that got in someone's business, and this person probably freaked out and started hoarding, and now they know and they see it. It's sad. I feel like this is sad. Yeah, it's not a stable situation. They know that this person has nothing to offer. It's the death of the situation. Maybe somebody in the family died and didn't give them their half of the money. I don't know. But this person's not stable and they want to end it. I think they kind of feel bad. Yeah, they're walking away from this person. And the other person's going to be in their feelings about it. Definitely a karmic family situation. There was a phone call that's going to be made. Some of you might be waiting on a phone call that's going to change everything. You're going to see something very, very clearly. If you resonate with the Nine of Pentacles, there might be a phone call that's coming to you too. Definitely. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is self-sufficient. They got their shit together. Someone sees that very clearly. And you're going to see something very clearly. You're about to enter into a new contract, or maybe you are married, or you're about to get married. You're not going to really celebrate it. I think you're going to be on the hush-hush because there's something you clearly see. You were taken advantage of when it came to it. You were taken advantage of. You were also manipulated. And the reason why you were manipulated is because you wanted to work together with someone from the past. But you're going to have a brand new beginning. You already know. You got screwed over. But it became you, because you're going to win, because you became this. You went from the Nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Cups. So you kept your heart pure and you didn't become bitter like them. You are loving and kind. And you did release yourself. You need to release yourself. If you are this Queen of Cups, could be water sign energy. You need to release yourself from like abandonment. Maybe you have some sort of abandonment issues, or maybe you feel abandoned, or by you releasing yourself from certain people. Yeah, you're going to be feeling left out in the cold, but you have to do it. You need to put matters into your own hands and do it so that these people can get their karma. Okay? You are the karma. You are the catalyst of their karma. They treated you badly. And the only way they can get their karma is by you releasing it, releasing yourself, getting out of the way, loving yourself, and then karma comes in. Here's the bad news. The bad news is someone is going to come in and tell you the truth. They don't want to reconcile with you. They just want to tell you the truth. They don't want to move in with you. Why? Because they did cause an injustice. They did treat you badly. They did manipulate you. They did try to steal from you. But the person just needs to tell you the truth so that their soul can rest. It haunts them. And they are being divinely guided to do so. I feel like they were kind of forced into doing it. That goes back to the family situation. I feel like there was a family situation that didn't want somebody to hand over their money to somebody. And this person, the more I keep trying to say it, the louder my music gets, and it's kind of weird. So somebody doesn't want that person to know, but the person coming in with the truth knows what they did. They did it. They had it pure intentions on making sure you did not touch their money. That's hoarder energy. I'm also getting, please do not reconcile with the hoarder, because they're just going to keep taking from you. This is someone you cannot trust. Even though they're telling you the truth, you still don't want to trust them because they're still attached to these people. It's almost like spirits only respect those who know who they are. And the ones that don't know who they are, that's when the spirit can take over them, because they don't respect them. So this person who did what they did has a spirit that took over on them, and they're going to keep doing it again. Why? Because they don't even love themselves. Just, again, release it and give it to God. Let them tell you the truth. Say thank you very much and be on your merry way. Okay? Also, for some of you women that are dealing with this, in the state of Michigan, we have something called the zombie law, and it is in effect, and I've seen this in my first marriage. The zombie law states any woman that is coerced into being married or into having sex to be married for a guy to come in and basically take what they want from you, time, money, energy, whatever, and then they kind of abandon you. It's called the zombie law. They basically manipulated you into doing certain things. Well, judges actually, that's the one thing I noticed that they actually do enforce, especially if you live in Michigan. I don't know, you might want to check this out in any state that you live in, because I know this reaches a lot of people. But we have that here, so that's good. because in my first marriage, it kind of happened that way. And he had to take care, because he did abandon me and my kids, and he didn't want to take care of me. I took care of like me, myself, and my kids, and I took care of everything. And because he did not, the judge went upon our divorce, and we just wanted to get our divorce over with, because he wasn't even living in the same state as me. He moved to a different country at the time. The court system made him take care of me for 2 years. So there you have it. So let's say even if you did not get married to someone, you can still press charges against somebody. Let's say if you had sex with them, they coerced you to have sex with them because, hey, if you have sex with me, I'll marry you. Guess what? That's a 5-year felony. They go to prison for 5 years. It is a felony. Now, I did have to sign paperwork on my first husband so that he did not go to jail. I did not know that he was going to do what he did 10 years later, and if I did, I would have done something differently then. I probably wouldn't have signed those papers. If I knew how he was going to be in the future, and you're like, well, don't you do readings, tarot readings? I did what was right at the time, what I was told to do at the time, by the Most High. At the time, I was told, you know what, sign the papers. What he turned into afterwards, that's between him and God. What he did between me and my kids years later, now that's his burden to carry. It's not mine. I can rest peacefully. So, just so you guys know, the law does exist. I'm pretty sure it probably exists in other states, but it is worth checking into, because there's a lot of guys out there that like to marry women for money or for whatever case, whatever they can get. And when I see things like this, I'm like, that man's not even a man. And I know he shows up as a king of swords, spiritual warrior, telling the truth. Yeah, he just wants to tell the truth so that his soul can rest. Hey, I did you wrong. I took advantage of you. I didn't want to take care of you. I didn't want to help you. You know, I did it because of other reasons, but hey, at least now I can sleep at night. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a 5-year felony. 5 years in prison, that's a felony. Because in Michigan, the husband is supposed to take care of the wives. So, you know, and then also in Michigan, it's not against the law to manipulate your kids. You know, that's allowed. That's crazy, but it is allowed. It's not against the law. So, anyways, food for thought if anybody need to hear that. Usually, I like to say, more women have more power than they like to think. You know, even when you're dealing with snakes and rats, people working against you. You know, so let's see. Any other messages we need to know before I move on to something else? Just that there has been an injustice. You're not going to be struggling, and someone is going to freak the F out. That happens a lot during, you know, eclipses. People's energies, people become unstable. They get into their feels. Some people who are not emotionally mature freak out. So anyways, let's get an inner child card. Today, before this eclipse starts, choose yourself today. Do not deny your own importance. There's a reason why you're here. You have a purpose. You know, God gave you a gift. He gave you a purpose. You're here for a reason. And today, you need to choose yourself and not deny yourself. Bottom of the deck. You deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. Okay? Let's get an advice card. Let's get an advice card. What do we need for to know for the week? Just let your light shine. And the more you shine your light, I noticed that this last week, the more I let my light shine, the more people were mad. So the demons are out playing. They know. Manifest. Just remember, you're already manifesting, whether you're aware of it or not. Manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously and through positive thinking, so you'll attract into your life exactly what you are wanting and not what you are fearing, okay? So remember, this energy is manifesting, rapid, because that's what fire energy is, very fast energy. Anyways, someone's gonna kiss a fool because my nose is itchy. Anyways, this deck to me is very big, too big for my hands. So what do we need to know to move forward? Any clues? What do we need to know for the week of the eclipse? The Ring of Fire. If you are in an unrequited love situation, you won't be anymore. And somebody knows that they are not in a deep spiritual connection. And someone is releasing a past life connection. So that's good. Anything else? Maybe some of you are releasing past life connections. 333, just remember your prayers have been heard. And the ones that are not in a deep spiritual connection, you will be, that will change. A younger man or an older man, yes, you did miss your opportunity. You have a missed opportunity. I feel like you were immature and that's why you missed it. If you're an older man, you were immature, you missed that opportunity. If you are a younger man trying to act like an older man, yeah, you missed that opportunity. Help will not be arriving for you either. Why? Because somebody deserves a jackpot. Some of you might be coming into money this week. It's gonna come unexpectedly. Some of you might be online dating because you're single and you're ready to mingle. You're independently owned and operating. I don't like online dating. 444, you are being protected. Something about July is significant, or if you are a Cancer, you are being protected, but maybe you need to do some little online dating. Yeah, if you are a Cancer, you have angel protection around you. And you have a message that's coming that you do want to hear. It might be coming from your angels. If you are a Capricorn, you need to stop you're dealing with a drama queen, and either you're being a drama queen or you need to stop dealing with one. Why? This person doesn't love you. There's no love in this situation, so why are you dealing with it? Aquarius. You caused an injustice. You made something not balanced. You are not moving forward. Some of you Libras out there might be feeling a little unbalanced or a little unsettled. You need to find your center and find your balance. Either you're lying to yourself or someone's going to throw you off, but they're lying. Pinocchio. I just get Pinocchio. It is from a younger female. She's two-faced. Don't believe it. And from someone doesn't want commitment, and children are not a factor. They don't care. Oh, somebody might be leaving their kids behind. Like they want a new beginning, so they're I feel like someone might be leaving their kids behind. They want a new beginning so badly that I'm out. And they might just pick up and go and leave their kids behind because children wasn't a factor. So. I got a lot of spirit animals. Here we got a peacock. Again, let yourself stand out and be noticed. And dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness might be misplaced by serving too many masters. Somebody doesn't. is going to have a big lesson in loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Let's go to the dice. Can't be loyal to someone when you got too many masters you're serving. That's not good. Number 2, so there's going to be a change. 2s are significant. Oh, partnerships. There's going to be a change in partnership. And it's going to leave someone very, very lonely. This lonely person was greedy and felt privileged. Ooh. But it kind of needs to happen so this person kind of grows up. You got to leave a lonely, greedy person alone because they need to grow up. If you are a female that felt left out in the cold, all the love that you handed out is going to be returned back to you. Someone left you out in the cold because they were arrogant. But you're going to have equal reciprocity. True love is coming. True love is coming, baby. Because you're not lonely. You're not lonely. You're not insecure. You know exactly who you are. Animals might be significant for you at this time. Maybe you want to buy an animal. Pay attention to animals. Maybe they got a sign for you. The universe did not reward someone because they wanted you to see someone fall. Time's up. Time is up. Time is up. Something about freedom. Someone's got the keys to freedom. Someone might be getting a phone call. Texas and Arizona might be significant. They're saying jump on that new opportunity. Might be a job offer from Arizona or Texas. Something about the year of the dragon is significant. There was an injustice done that year, the year of the dragon. That person will be going to jail. Something about what goes... All right, this is a really weird thing that keeps coming to my head. I really don't want to say it, but I'm gonna. Someone's saying, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? But if someone said that to you, you will get your justice and balance. What goes around comes around. Like, I feel like someone was mistreated, but they were not a hoe. If that makes any sense. They weren't handing it out. They got coerced. Yeah. Something about police is 911. Someone's going to jail. Someone is going to jail and ties will be severed. And someone's going to get their wish fulfillment because they are manifesting it. I'm also getting that if you cut your ties, you're going to watch this person fall and get their karma. And their mask will fall off too. They're wearing a mask. Someone's acting cray-cray up in their house. They're wearing masks. They don't have any idea that they're being crazy. They're going to get a knock at the door. Paranoia. Do you know anybody that's paranoid? So weird. So weird energy. Ooh, someone's going to experience a death. It's going to be heartbreaking. But this person is going to transit into an angel. It was part of their soul contract. Someone got themselves into some someone dug themselves a hole. They didn't even see that coming. It's almost like they dug themselves a hole because they made an agreement and now they're not happy. But pay attention to your signs because you do have an angel coming to you that's going to help you get yourself out of that hole. Someone's not happy because they did not nurture or take care of a situation. And now they're going to be carrying a heavy burden. Something about a maze. They don't see it coming. There's 10, completion of a cycle. Yeah, whoever caused an injustice is going to jail. They will not be free. Someone needs to say no at this time because you're in the middle of a transformation, or you're changing into like a caterpillar butterfly. Ooh, someone might be getting a phone call and you might be going camping. They want you to step through that new doorway. You are going to be traveling. I know I'm going to be traveling a lot soon. I'm kind of excited for my new beginning. Ooh, something about Egypt is significant. Something about someone doesn't know who they are, but something about Egypt and royal bloodlines is significant. England, France, and Egypt is significant. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to know. Number 6 is significant. Get ready for some change. Anyways, I think that's all I have. Should we get you know what? Let's get rid of something. Let's eclipse something out of our lives. Declare and decree card. Let's get rid of something. And then we'll end this beautiful reading on a good note. Let's see. What do we need to get rid of before the eclipse happens this week? Ooh, that's a good one. It's a fire too. Check this one out. Here. If you want to, take a picture. You need to. All childhood traumas and unhealed wounds are now cleared and destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All childhood traumas and unhealed wounds are now cleared and destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Fire. Alrighty. Well, that's all I have for everyone today. Let's just get a Katie Moonstone Oracle card and call it a day. Something definitely is ending. Let's get a Moonstone card. Ooh. Something might happen in 3. Maybe 3 things will end. It's like a domino effect. Might see that. Remember, just pay attention to themes. That'll help you on your little path. Give us a card. Give us a card. Be still, sweetness and silence. No, I don't want it. Someone needs to be still. There's sweetness and silence. There we go. We got a card. Soul contracts and divine unions. Ooh. A divine union is when God puts 2 people together to further his plan for mankind. These are not random pairings, but a divinely orchestrated union put together by unforeseen forces for the greater good, not only for themselves, but for the whole world. Our lives are made up of many soul contracts and agreements, often made prior to birth, guiding us on our life's journey through predestined experiences, including all of our relationships and all the lessons that we are meant to learn that is crucial for our personal and spiritual growth. You pulled this card because you are about to be in a divine union, or you will meet a soulmate to prepare you for your divine union. Or it is time to break free and cleanse those negative soul contracts or karmic contracts that's been hanging around, hindering you from you getting into a divine union. Remember, the closer you get to God, that's when the evil shows up. When clearing a karmic contract, remember both souls have to learn the lesson for them to be free from the contract. If you have learned your lesson, pray for the other party to learn their lesson so that the contract can be completed, and then let go and let God. That way, God or the divine can intervene, allowing you to move forward into a divine union that was destined, or at least prepare you or allow you to enter your next soul contract, depending on where you are at in your journey. No one can take your destiny away from you, but the dark forces can cause delays and hinder you from moving forward. The key is to always come from a place of love, understanding, and compassion. not only for yourself, but for all that is involved. And this means the dark forces too. Divine union soul contracts. We all have soul contracts. Tick-tock, time is of the essence. Anyways, that's all I have for everybody. Good luck, and until we meet again, Namaste.